Hello everybody, this is BScat100 and welcome back to some more BlazBlue Calamity Trigger. In the previous episode, we had switched back to Noel's perspective as she ran into Tager, overworked herself, ran into Lychee, and also headed to the Kaka village. Now, three people are going to different places as we know for now. Ragna heading up to the upper districts is in the secret passage. Lychee is hopefully following very close up behind him, and Noel heading back to the 5th district. Got a message from Hazma to head over to the NOL branch. It seems that things are going to start to pick up very quickly, and that is where we are going to pick up things today, as we head back to Ragna's perspective to find out what exactly happened. If you like what you see, leave a like down below, comment if you have anything to say, subscribe to me if you haven't already, and share with your friends so they can join in on this adventure. Now let me go into unexplored territory. Let's do it.
What the hell are you? God damn it, what is this thing?
Asher, it's Asher. You no, it's all, it's all, no, it's me.
Interesting. In this game, they actually translate what Arakun is saying. That's very useful.
Wait, did this nightmare fuel used to be human?
Eat power, Asher. In my guts.
Yes, you can say the word Azure. I'm real proud. Look, hideous and pathetic remnant of whatever you used to be. I don't have time to deal with you right now. Go drool over someone else's grimoire, yeah?
Asher, mine.
Well, damn. It's worth a try.
Alright, we're hopping right into a battle with Arachne, which is the apparent official pronunciation.
The battle is starting. Level 1. Action!
Why don't you understand?
Are you even trying?
Interesting. Oh! Oh! There it is.
Are you even trying?
Oh, I can only do it once. But that gives me a huge advantage.
This ain't exactly a playground.
This ain't exactly a playground. Down. No. There we go. That's what I wanted to do. Punch him. Punch him. Okay, now I'm getting the hang of it.
I've wasted enough time on you, mold face. Now, let's put you out of your misery. What the?
That's enough! Don't you dare lay another finger on him!
Hey, I'm the one who got jumped here. Why the hell are you telling me to lay off?
He suffered enough. Please let him go. Or else.
Heads up! You little shit!
Stand down! Please!
Let go of me, you crazy bitch!
Stop! I beg of you! Look, he's confused right now. He doesn't mean to hurt anyone.
Have you gone full retard? He just attacked you!
Yes, but still. I don't like resorting to violence, but I need to buy him some time.
Oh, well, in that case, don't worry. Yeah, sorry, don't cut it.
It's the best I can do.
And now go and fight Lychee. Which, like I said, she was quickly coming up behind him. I wasn't lying.
The battle is starting. Level 1. Action.
This ain't exactly.
It's fine. Jesus Christ, Lychee, fuck off. I'll take some of that health back.
What are you gasping about?
You have the Azure?
If you know enough to ask, then you don't gotta.
Ragna looks down at his right hand. This strange gauntlet. Red gem set atop it. The Azure Grimoire, BlazBlue. Title drop! Grimoires don't take the form of books, despite what the term might suggest. The Azure Grimoire is no exception. As a matter of fact, it has no set form. It exists as a gauntlet merely because Ragna has purposed it thus. Lychee leans in and takes a closer look at Ragna's right arm. It's obscured by a black film or haze.
BlazBlue. Said to be one of the original grimoires, and the strongest of them all. I didn't think it really existed, but seeing is definitely believing.
So, what now? You gonna try and eat it like your sludgy pal from earlier?
Eat it? Heavens, no! But perhaps I could just wear it, like you do.
I wouldn't recommend it. Sure, it comes in handy now and then, but it's got this bad habit of devouring human souls if you stick around anyone too long. As a fashion accessory, it sucks.
But if I had it, perhaps it could grant me my wish.
Wish, huh?
Yes. I haven't introduced myself. I'm Lychee Fei-Ling. I run a little clinic in Orient Town.
A doctor just tried to kick my ass? Okay.
That being you saw earlier is known as Arachne. He was a colleague of mine in happier days.
No time lately, I'm guessing.
I'm sorry for attacking you before. I couldn't let you just kill him in some sewer like a rat.
Ragna sheaths his sword and surveys the area.
He was a scholar,
Stop!
driven to the extreme. It's that passion that reduced him to what he is now. You see, he got too close to the boundary.
This auto-scroll is great, but it goes by too fast! Ragna sheaths his sword and surveys the area. The hungry blob seems to have slithered away. He doesn't have to feel the thing's eyes peering at it from the shadows anymore. It's harder to find the boundary, but the closest comparison it would be the idea of a universe parallel to our own. A world cannot intersect with itself, at least it's not intended to. The boundary is a place of infinite information, infinite memories dating back to the beginning of time. Some think it's the realm of the gods themselves.
We should have left well enough alone, but humans just can't help themselves. Arachne strayed too close, lingered too long. The Seether burned his mind and his humanity away. You saw the results yourself.
That's pretty damn extreme, even for Seether poisoning.
He instinctively seeks out sources of energy to devour them. The Azure Grimoire on your arm is immensely powerful. It's an irresistible beacon to him.
So, your crazy-ass work buddy has a boner for my gauntlet. Friggin' great.
Ragna shakes his head and sighs. It is then that he noticed Lychee's forlorn smile. Now it all makes sense.
That wish you were talking about.
Yes. I'd wish him back to the man he was.
I hate to be the one to say it, but He's way too far gone for that. He's so contaminated by Seether, he should have died a while ago. You should have let me put him down. Would have been a kindness.
No! I haven't lost hope. There has to be something I can do.
Oh, jeez. You've messed around with the boundary too. What the hell's wrong with you guys?
I had to try and save him.
Forget it. Not my problem. You and your monster boyfriend do whatever the hell you want. Just leave me and everyone else out of it.
Ragna doesn't have time to deal with Lychee's misfortunes. He starts to walk off.
Thank you for listening, I mean. You're nothing like the stories make you out to be.
Oh yeah? How huge of an asshole am I, supposedly?
Pretty enormous.
Is that so? Hell, let him talk. I don't care. See you around. And hey, if I see your friend, I'll run the other way. Cool?
Yes. Thank you so much. And take care.
Ragna pushes his way through the trash in his path, never seeing Lychee smile. He feels troubled. Part of it's the sewer stench and the Seether all around him. But part of it is Lychee's story. Really? Okay. Just continue on, I guess.
Something's wrong.
Oh, hi, Jin. Oh, hi, Jin. Sunlight is gone. God damn it. Stop it. Sunlight is long gone. Night is fallen. He stands atop the 13th hierarchical city of Kalkatsuchi at the Novus Orbis Librarian facility. This particular edifice, known as the Cathedral, is sumptuously appointed. Kings and queens of old would have appointed such finery. It's hard to set foot inside without feeling like an intruder somehow. But that's precisely what Jin does. His hard-bottom boots echo in the silence as he makes his way across the marble floor. His reason for being here was obvious, to him at least.
Why is the place deserted?
The cathedral was silent and empty, as though a passing ghost had swooped in and sucked the very life out of it. Jin continues on through the deafening silence. He lifts his chin to look above him, as though beckoned by an unforeseen hand. Through a large window, he sees the sky painted ebony. The moon, round and full, dominates his view.
The moon.
The moon's falling down. Jin sees the shade of a small child who weeps as he says this. The child's weakness and naivety leaves an unpleasant aftertaste in Jin's mind. He glares at the moon. Flashback. Nope. There it was, the moon, resting quietly in the night sky. Gentle and warm, piercing and cold. A paradox. She sees it all and says nothing. The moon's falling down. The little boy said that once and wept. Ragna gently patted his head, chuckling at the child's innocence. He looks up at the moon and as though sizing up an opponent.
The moon, huh? Man, did he hate the moon.
That was a memory from ages ago. One Ragna would never forget. Came to him whenever the moon shone full.
Damn it, I don't have time to be thinking about this shit. I got a job to do.
Ragna looks away from the sewer grate overhead and the bits of moon beyond. He shakes his head to clear it and begins walking again. When he finally emerges from the sewer, it is night. Storefronts glow with gaudy lights. He still has plenty of ground to cover, though. You can see the NOL facility's silhouette high atop the mountain.
Feels like I just pissed the day away. No bitching from the peanut gallery if I don't make it up there tonight.
I thought I sensed a familiar uncouthness.
I recognize that voice, even if it wasn't for the fact that I'm following a guide.
Huh?
Greetings, yon mouthy runt.
What the... Why the hell are you here?
You ask as though I'm under any obligation to answer you. I was hoping perhaps you'd scrape together some manners since last we met, but alas, I shall never understand Madam Rachel's interest in you.
If you're done with the smack talk, Gramps, get out of my way.
My, that smacks of a challenge. Let's see if you're a man worthy of my master's attentions, shall we?
Seriously? I don't have time for this.
If you're as strong as they say, this shouldn't take you any time at all. That is, of course, assuming you're not scared.
You've got a lot of nerve. Okay, fine. Let's do this.
We're facing Valkenheim? Also, nice vampire references. Yeah, we're facing him. Alright, let's just play this.
On guard.
This...
Dear me. On guard. Frozen.
Inferno Divider!
Come here, old man. Damn it. He's too agile. He's too agile. He's a fast old man.
Dear me.
This is Sting.
Dear me.
Nope. Not getting away with that. Oh, Jesus, he's fast. Okay, I gotta be careful here. I gotta be careful here. Oh, Carnage Scissors! Okay, so that's what that is. Oh, I love this mode.
Huh?
What the... Rabbit?
Madam Rachel.
Wowie wow! I think we should have knocked before we teleported over here.
Gracious! Have we barged in on a tender man-on-man moment? I guess opposites do attract, right, Princess?
Indeed. This wasn't the outing I had in mind.
Hey, Rabbit, did you put the geezer up to this?
This geezer just kicked your fundament.
I kicked your ass.
Down
Shut up.
Valkenheim. This poor unfortunate was only given brain enough to gargle insults. It's not his fault he was born so... deficient.
Why, you...
There, you see? He barely realizes I insulted him. There's no curing such blockheadedness.
You snooty little...
Blockhead! Blockhead!
Shut up!
Ah! Save me, Princess! He's gonna hit me with his blocky blockhead!
Oh, do hush.
Oh!
Princess! Oh, did you really have to use me to clobber him? That hardly seems fair. Ow.
And you, Valkenheim? Were you not tasked with preparing my tea back in the garden?
I apologize for this digression, madam. But soon after you left the castle, I sensed... him. I feared for your safety and went to find you.
I see. That is ominous indeed. I still don't understand what that has to do with this little Punch and Judy show of yours.
Forgive me, milady. I can offer no excuse.
Punch and Judy show? Wait, does that mean I was Judy? The hell I was!
I'm laughing.
I wasn't even giving it my all.
I'm laughing, but I don't understand the reference. I just... This has some character to it. I love it. Hold on. Let me clarify this for myself real quick. God damn it, why did these tabs have to be so far apart? She shows a traditional puppet show featuring Mr. Punch and his wife Judy. The performance consists of a sequence of short scenes and depicted an interaction between two characters. Most typically, Mr. Punch and one other character usually falls victim to Punch's slapstick. Oh, it's a slapstick comedy. Okay. Alright then. You learn something new every day. I didn't think I would be learning about that from BlazBlue out of all things, but they clearly have some references for older audiences.
I must admit, I was thinking perhaps this boy was ripe for a scolding. And now, you've given me perfect opportunity to dress him down. My thanks, Falkenhayn.
I live but to serve you.
Hey, Team Gothic Lolita, you want to include me in the conversation?
Still confused, Ragna? I'm going to pick up where my devoted manservant left off. Feel free to thank me.
Thank you? I'm in a hurry, damn it! I don't have time to beat up girls!
Ugh. You worse than senseless thing.
Huh?
What's the profit in hurrying to your destination if you lack the power to change anything once you arrive? If you're unprepared, your travails are all for naught.
Oh, why do you guys always talk like that? Just say something like a normal human being for once in your smarty pants undead life.
I could, but it wouldn't do you any good.
Why, you little...
Besides, that would defeat the point.
Huh?
That vapid visage of yours is finally inexorably grating on my last nerve. Princess explosion in 5, 4, 3.
Give him the what for, princess?
Oh, I intend to. Spare the rod, spoil the child, after all.
I've had enough of your bullshit.
Falkenhayn, let's away.
At once, milady.
Hey! Hey, don't you ever listen to...
Yeah, I think we got time for one more section here.
What I'm saying, and now we're in your garden, you shifty sons of bitches.
I love
Hold your vulgar tongue, please, lest you blight the roses.
Yay, home! Nothing like coming home and letting my hair down.
Don't get too comfy. We're not here to relax, you know. Right, princess?
Quite. Now we can dance to our heart's content.
As fabulous as that sounds, I don't dance. I'm out of here.
You rude little turd.
This is my fault, Falkenhayn. I directed figurative language at a barely sentient being.
You directed who at a what now?
Let's try this again with simple speech. Time for your punishment.
That's simple enough. Unfortunately, that does not spell good for us. Because our first fight with Rachel, we get the unlimited version.
Level 1. Action.
Are you even
Fuck off. Stupid little girl. Get over here. Going to kick your ass so hard, your ancestors are gonna feel it. Oh no. Get away from me, frog. Get away! Ooh, yeah! Now they figured everything out.
You have mussed my hair, you beast.
I don't give a crap about your hair. I'm sick of all this.
Falkenhayn,
Your tea is brewed and at the ready.
many thanks.
Rachel turns away from Ragna and makes her way to a small terrace from which she can see her rose garden. With a bare minimum of superfluous movement, Falkenhayn serves her a cup of tea.
Hey, what the hell's wrong with you guys?
There's no need to shout. I can hear you just fine.
You're like one of those yappy little dogs.
Yeah, the ones that you carry around in a purse.
They're calling him a Shih Tzu. That's fantastic. I think that's the one.
Shut it, stuffed toys!
Ragna,
What did I do now?
you're too weak.
Huh?
You're dumb too, and ignorant of everything around you. You lack intelligence, or class, or the slightest bit of gravitas. Your memory has all the retaining power of a sieve. You are pathetic, down to your very cells, and you don't even know it. In fact, I can't think of a single good thing to say about you.
Zip the lip, rabbit, before I do it for you.
Though, you are marginally better than last time.
Last time?
During your little slap fight with Valkenhayn, you almost seemed to be holding your own. Maybe I can place the tiniest sliver of trust upon your brutish shoulders this time.
Madam Rachel, is that wise?
What harm is there in a word of encouragement now and again? Here I am about to give up.
Yep, still don't know what you're talking about.
It's nothing. I'm sure you'll figure it out soon enough.
See, I think you get off on being cryptic.
The last one was plain as day. Don't blame me for your single-digit IQ.
For burying yourself in ruffles and lace, being around you was like sandpaper.
Since you did manage to pass my test, barely, would you like a reward?
Are you sure that's prudent, madam?
I don't see why not. This world hasn't changed all the other times.
What are you talking about?
Your destiny, I suppose? And the fate of the world.
Huh?
Listen carefully now. I'll only say this once. Don't ever give up, Ragna. And please, please, I want you to realize.
Rabbit.
Realize your full potential.
Oh, damn rabbit. Ugh. You just had to teleport me somewhere 10 feet off the ground, didn't you?
Ragna stands slowly, rubbing his back to ease the pain. He looks around. His surroundings are far more refined and orderly than where he'd been when Rachel first whisked him away.
Where am I?
He glimpses behind him, and his eyes grow wide in amazement. Rachel deposited him smack dab in the front of the Kagutsuchi NOL branch.
This reward ain't half bad, Rabbit. Landon could have used some work, but whatever.
Ragna isn't going to let Rachel's uncharacteristic kindness go to waste. He pulls himself together and heads for the library. High above Kagutsuchi, Rachel watches as Ragna breaks into the Novus Orbis Librarium. The pale moonlight shines in her face, making her alabaster skin seem all the more unreal.
So, you've gone. I look forward to your performance. I do hope you deviate from the script this time. That's...
She espies a girl running through the brightly lit streets of the city's upper levels. The girl is slender and doesn't much fill out her blue and white uniform.
It's really, really late. I hope Hazuma's still there. She didn't just appear right in front of me, did she? No, of course not. That's impossible. Get it together, Noel. Good evening, little girl. Did you need something from the librarian? There's nothing else up this road.
Noel is short and slender, but Rachel is smaller still. Noel hunches down slightly to be able to speak with Rachel eye to eye. Noel flashes a reassuring smile, but Rachel seems decidedly unimpressed.
Spare me your condescending prattle, you blank little moppet. Lank little muppet? There's little I despise worse than the cloyingly feeble. Every time your face crumples in disappointment, every time your eyes well up with easy tears, I grind my teeth together.
You don't have to be so rude! You can't just say whatever you want to say to people because you're a kid!
That is rich. If I am a kid, you are a newborn.
A newborn? I don't see your parents anywhere nearby. What should we do with you?
Ugh. Watching you try to think sets my temples to throbbing. Know your place. But for those guns you wield, you'd be nothing more than a crazed brat.
What? Excuse me? That's enough, you! How can you be so mean to someone you just met? What do you know of me?
Everything.
Huh?
You were adopted, for example. You can't remember anything prior to your current family. You feel inferior to just about everyone, and with good reason. Those guns you hold so dear are Bulwark, Nox Nictoris, created during the Dark War. Thanks to them, you possess just enough confidence and sanity to interact with other people. I told you, did I not? I know everything about you. Even things that you do not.
Who are you?
Noelle finds herself winding tighter and tighter as Rachel's words wash over her. Her body trembles. At first glance, Noelle had thought this little girl was merely the daughter of some upper-crust family. But now, Noelle can't help but wonder to whom she's speaking to, or to what. A chill runs down Noelle's spine.
I need you to stay here for a bit. I can't have you getting in his way. Not just yet.
Getting in whose way?
One such as you does not demand answer from one such as I. Hold your tongue and do as I say.
Rachel bats her eyes mockingly at the speechless Noelle. Bum bum bum. Alright. So this is where we end things off for today. Excuse me. In the next episode, we head inside and we finally confront Jin as Ragna. Thank you guys for watching, and see you guys later.